Hey guys, welcome back to a new video. Today I'm going to show you how I make my pozole. So let's do this. Alright guys, I already have the water boiling in a big pot. And let me go through what you're going to need. You're going to need some pork meat. We're using neck bones and just pork chunks. You're going to need some oregano, cumin, allspice, cloves, and garlic. Onion and bay leaves, some red dry peppers. We have Guajillo, the árbol, and puya in California. And you're gonna need some hominy. So the peppers, I'm just cutting off the little tails right off, and we're just cutting them in half. And then we're gonna pour some hot water on them and let them sit in hot water for a little bit so they can hydrate. So let's do that. All right guys, while the peppers are hydrating, I'm just gonna show you real quick the meat. I've already cleaned it and washed it. I removed as much of the fat as I could. We are looking at neck bones here. And this is just the chunks. And I'm gonna put it to boil with salt, this whole onion, some bay leaves. These are small bay leaves, so we have about four of them. And I would typically put in a head of garlic, but I don't have it, so I'm gonna use garlic powder. So let me go ahead and go put those in the pot now. Alright, so I have the pot here with salt, onion, bay leaf, garlic powder, and I need to add some more water. So I went ahead and got some hot water in this extra pot, and I'm just going to pour it in. Because I want it to cover the meat and then some. And as it boils, you're going to see the little extra foam on the top, but we're going to take it off and get rid of that because we don't want that. So the meat is gonna be cooking for roughly 2 hours. We want the meat to be soft. We want it almost coming off the bone. So yeah, that's roughly about 2 hours. In the meantime, the chiles are gonna be soaking here. For the chiles, I typically just use guajillo and just like 2 or 3 chile de árbol because those are the spicy ones. But we were running out and I needed more color, so I went ahead and added puya and California to my mix. But the other ones, I really don't care about the flavor, I just want the color. I need it to be red. Alright, so as you can see, this is already foaming up at the top. We don't want that, so we're just gonna take it out. And I'm trying just to get the foam and not my bay leaves. And don't worry about the meat. You're gonna clean off all that excess foam throughout the cooking process. So you're gonna be doing that a couple times. Don't worry about it. Not getting everything that first time. All right, so we're checking on the meat. And the meat is soft, and a good way to tell, instead of burning your fingers, is you get a piece of the bone. You can see how it's coming off the bone. That's good. It's good. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and throw the maíz in there, the hominy. So the can is open. I went ahead and drained out most of the liquid, and by most I mean about 80%. Whatever's left is just extra that I couldn't get rid of. I'm gonna just get every little grain in there. All right, so this is garbage. I'm just gonna stir that in. Let that boil with the meats. And we're gonna go ahead and blend our chilies and make that red sauce. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and blend the chilies. They turned a brighter color here, as you can tell. So we're gonna go ahead and put them in the blender. And if the blender gets full with half of them, you can always blend twice, don't worry, you good. We're gonna put some salt in there. Then we have our condiments here. We have garlic. We have some allspice. These are the allspice. We have 4 of these. We have the cloves. These are the cloves. We have 4 of those. And then we have about 1 tablespoon of cumin. This is the cumin seed. And then about 3 tablespoons of oregano, dried oregano. Throw that in there. We're gonna add some water and blend. All right, so I wanted to add water enough to cover everything. And we're gonna pop this in the blender. All right, so you can strain this directly over the pot where your meat's cooking, but because I'm teaching you guys my way, I'm just gonna pour it over another pot so you guys can see. Ooh, that jumped in my eye. Okay, so we're just gonna pass it through the strainer. You can use a spoon to move it around. I usually just tap the side. And as I'm tapping, I'm just careful that this doesn't overflow, because it will. Now I'm gonna blend this again with the rest of the peppers. I'm not gonna add any more condiments to it. I am gonna add water though. So I'm just gonna transfer this back here. Some people use the water that the peppers were soaking in to blend. You can do that if you want to. I chose not to because I didn't want to. All right. All right. So now I'm gonna check on the pot. Check on the meat, make sure it's boiling. If I see it boiling, I'm gonna go ahead and toss that in and let that boil together. Too many boils. All right, so this is all boiling together nicely. I'm gonna go ahead and add the sauce. So this is a nice color. We're just gonna let this boil once again, then we're ready to go. All right, so we're just gonna check this real quick. It's coming to a boil, but I wanna make sure that it's okay. It needs a little salt, so I'm gonna go ahead and salt in there. Stir it up. Right. Just a little salt, not a lot. Let's not overdo it. Alright, that's better. And we're gonna add some oregano to the very top. I'm just gonna let that boil together. That's about 2 tablespoons. All right, so let's let that finish up and then we'll serve in plates. All right, so this is good to go. As you can see, it's boiling. I'm gonna go serve me some. I like the neck bones, so I'm gonna go ahead and serve me some. All right, so now it's time to prep my plate. I like cabbage, onion, some radishes, some avocado, only gonna put about half of this. All right. It's hot. You can use tostadas. We actually prefer these with our pozole. So Alright guys, this was the end result to the way I make my pozole. Let me know what you guys think. And don't forget to subscribe, share, like, comment. And I will see you next time.